All right, so look, I'm back live with you. So this evening I should be okay. I shouldn't be having any incidents like yesterday was just off the chain. So this evening I'm going to be having my guest on the show. It's going to be the one and only Christopher Jackson. Christopher Jackson is a member of the Most Worshipful Saint John's Grand Lodge of Chicago, Illinois, ancient, free, and accepted Masons. That Grand Lodge just a few minutes. So if you want to join us, we'll certainly appreciate it. That's the word that we're now on live. Once again, my guest this evening is going to be the one and only Christopher Jackson. We're going to be talking about quite a few topics this evening, and it's going to be something that's going to be very interesting. He's one that will bring fire to the show, and I appreciate him. So give me just a few minutes while I call him up and see if he's ready to come on. I hope that each of you who's watching this evening, including the sisters, we got something for the sisters too. So we're gonna fire this right on up, and I'm looking forward to definitely having Chris on, and see what type of fire we can bring today, because there's a lot of things that are happening in masonry. Most people are afraid to talk about. Let's just be honest. The things I talk about, I believe most people are afraid to talk about them. And this is my challenge to any mainstream Freemason that's out there that want to have a conversation on this channel. Let's do that. To any Prince Hall Mason think tank, if you want to have a conversation, you're welcome to come on this station and have that conversation. Now, my personal belief is that it is not that all Prince Hall brothers, but there are a few who give you a bad name, just like those who are ancient, free, and accepted, those who are free accepted. There are Masons out there that really give Freemasonry a bad rap in these various jurisdictions, including my own. However, it is my goal to challenge each of you who are watching this evening, and for those who may even just gradually pass by this, my challenge, that you brothers definitely look at it, what it is to be a Mason. You either going to get on board or you're going to get off. That's including the sisters too. So I'm not leaving you out, sisters. Those who are fairest among thousands altogether lovely, I'm not leaving you out. This includes you too. So we're going to have a great conversation tonight. As soon as I can get Chris on the line here, we're going to do this. And I just got to talking to him. So I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be, like they said, this is going to be hot. So let's see what we got. I don't understand why I couldn't be online the other night, though.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how's it going there, bro?
All right, bro.
You hear me pretty good?
All right. Yes, sir. It's all good.
Okay. Well, I definitely got you on live right now. Say what?
I said y'all online.
I'm on it. I mean, as a matter of fact, if you want to, I don't know if you can or not, go to if you can get to your computer, or go to John G. Jones Research. It's on YouTube, and it'll show that we're live, and you can pick it up that way if you choose to.
Okay, I'll have to do that from the computer. I can do that from the computer.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, hold on a second.
Will do. So while Brother Jackson go do that, I have a very extraordinary weekend. I had the pleasure to go and to be part of the installation for the new Grand Master for the Grand Lodge, the Hispanic Grand Lodge in North America. I had the opportunity to go and take part as they declare their independence, take part as they had the Grand Master from Mexico was down. They had the brothers from Chicago was there. They had brothers from Vegas that was there. And just to be a part of that atmosphere, Saturday, to be part of the atmosphere, man. Oh, man, I hate last night's show. Co-masonry don't work out. Didn't work. No, last night's show didn't work out. But I will have Freemasonry on lock back on. He's definitely going to come back on the show. And we are looking to try to make this thing happen. I definitely could not tell you why it didn't go down that way. But hey, here we are. But we're going to get back on that. But this weekend had a great, man, I don't know what to say. It was just a great weekend. You back, Brother Jackson?
Hold on just a second, bro.
Okay, let me
Okay.
know. Let me know when you're ready, cause I'm firing them up right now, and they're coming on. And for those of you who can hear me, you know, I just want to send everybody a big shout out. This evening, my big shout out is going to go to New Jerusalem Grand Lodge out of Arkansas. Tonight's shout out goes to New Jerusalem Grand Lodge out of Arkansas. Grandmaster Kelly James, just want to send you a big shout out, bro, and thank you for tuning in, and thank you for giving me calls and letting me know, what's going on in Arkansas. I certainly appreciate you, and that's tonight's big shout out, and
Right.
we're gonna get on, brother Jackson. You about ready?
Yeah, I'm getting my log on my computer.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
I got it right here. It just popped up.
Oh, okay. But so
Um,
so for those who was tuning in last night, the topic last night was going to be about co-ed Freemasonry, because I had the opportunity to actually on Saturday talk with the Grand Master of California Freemasonry, the female Grand Lodge, and her deputy that was with her. So it was interesting. I had a great time with them, and to be able to talk to them about masonry was interesting. It was deep. It was deep. I'll tell you that. I mean, and this sister was lit up. I mean, this sister had a compass and square like we can have this conversation. Oh, okay. I see you say you're on live now. Okay, brother Jackson.
yeah, it has like a 2 second delay,
Oh, okay.
2 or 3 second delay.
Okay.
So I'll. Do you want me to stay on the phone, or you want me to just
No. We're gonna stay on
deal
the
with it?
phone with this, bro. I know it's a 2 second delay as you may type stuff in or however, but we're gonna stay on the phone with
I'll
this
stay on the
tonight.
phone.
Yeah, this is how we're gonna have this conversation tonight.
Yeah. Mhm.
So
I got you, bro.
you got
Thanks.
me? Okay. I just want to know, can you hear me via internet, via phone? How's that coming out?
Yeah, I got it. What I'm gonna do is I got my phone on the speaker, and I put the laptop on mute. So
Okay.
I can talk, and we'll just have a 4 second delay. Go
Okay,
ahead.
I appreciate that. So tonight, brother Jackson, I'm just going whoever sister that's from England, she's a part of. Oh, really? Okay, that's gonna be another show. That's gonna be another show. But right now, so brother Jackson, let me break this down to you. I just need your
Uh
thoughts
huh.
now. I want you to go in. I want you to go in hard. Don't hold back. So, I did it. I did a show, brother, about a few days ago. For those who was online, I had brother Daniel Jackson on the show. He's a Mason out of New York, right? And we talked about Freemasonry and the difference in how one may carry himself, and how we as Masons are supposed to be appreciative of brothers, how we supposed to show respect and do charitable things in the community. We talked about all those things that bring Masonry together, right? And it was a great conversation. It was a good conversation, and I appreciated him for coming on. Then today, I get a text message. Boom. They got my they got my whole video up in some group, right? They got my video up in some group. Tony Muhammad, Tony Hawkins, whatever your name is, why you want a name drop? I'm like, name drop? Really? Brother Jackson. Now, me and you had this conversation before I came online. You know
Yes,
how I
sir.
felt and some things I wanted to really say, and I couldn't, because I'm trying to be the person I claim I am, and I'm trying, like you say, I'm standing up. If I gotta stand by myself, I gotta stand, no matter what. So
Mhm.
greetings. So I'm just trying to. I just want your input on it because I could have went left with that. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, it's like I said to you earlier. We have, us dealing with this organization. We have to always remember what subduing passions mean,
Mm-hmm.
and we have to always remember what subduing passions mean. And we have a lot of situations that we come a part of where we have to figure out when something goes wrong, when something is said, how do we respond?
Mm-hmm.
And many of us, we deal with our emotions and not the information because we still think about how we are before we put the blindfold on and then come out of the blindfold. We have to keep it from the aspect of what Scripture was. Uh, we all fall short. But
Right.
sometimes, when you come across someone who's talking crazy, you wanna get crazy with them too. So,
You don't even know.
but you have to. I always remember that I try to take this page out of the minister's book when you hear all kinds of things and people say all kinds of things, and what you have to do is always let it go.
Let it go.
Sometimes you just have to let things go.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to let things go and deal with them as they are. Let things go and deal with them as. And so, um, how many people have spoken against the minister or spoken ill against brothers, and we have to. That's that pride thing where we have to always try to respond and have something to say, and it's not always like that. We don't have to do that. That's
Uh-huh.
the part of the subduing the passions. That's the part of not worrying about what someone who has something to say really isn't talking about. And so I've dealt with it before. I've had brothers slander me. I mean, severely.
Right.
And act as if they've not done nothing wrong and don't
Mm-hmm.
recant it.
Mm-hmm.
Remember I said before that oftentimes we don't research the truth or the lie. We
Mm.
just spread it.
Mm.
And so, um, you know, I saw when you spoke on the sister having things, that co-ed masonry is something that's out there a lot, and I don't honor it. I don't respect it. None of that,
Uh-huh.
because the OES was designed for a particular reason,
Mm-hmm.
for a particular body,
Mm-hmm.
so they would know where their men are. What do you mean you out all night? You doing this, that, and other. So we allowed you to be the rib that you are, to be the auxiliary body that you are,
Mm-hmm.
to be the adopted so you would know what's going on with a
Mm-hmm.
covering from us.
Uh-huh.
And you still want to be involved in it. The landmark state what it is,
Uh-huh.
you know, that I won't be present at the making of the one, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So how can you even approach me talking about you this, that, and the other as of a master mason? No,
Uh-huh.
you're not, because you can't prove that you are. You
Mm.
can say you anything. See, I can say I'm a man, but I can't prove I'm a man. I can say that I'm a chef, but I can't prove that I'm a chef. There's a difference between a man and a male. There's a distinction between a man and a male. You
Okay.
can say, can you prove that you're a mason? Sure, without any doubt. And it's not from what I can talk about. It's
Uh-huh.
not about what I can rattle off and remember. Remember, I told you before, I can teach a dog to put a ball in the hoop
Right.
on a basketball court.
Uh-huh.
So I care nothing about what you remember
Mm-hmm.
verbatim. Oh man, he can open that lodge up. He can go from 1 to 33 degrees with no book. That's not impressive to me. That just means you know how to remember something. But when you walk out in these streets, do
Uh-huh.
you have the character of the passwords? Do you have the character of the charges? Do you
Mm-hmm.
have the character of what the obligation states?
Mm-hmm.
Not the obligation to God. You took an oath to God. I'm talking about the obligation to man.
Right. Okay. Okay. Absolutely. I can see you bringing the heat from that point of view, most definitely. Now you just said something in regards to uh, co-ed Freemasonry versus the. Now, from what I know and from what I read for myself, um, the co-ed Freemasonry, which started over in France, versus the Eastern Star, which started off here in the United States. The 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 co-ed Freemasonry, or say female Freemasonry, was not allowed here in the United States. Well, now they do. They have a grand lodge here in the United States, but at one time it was only overseas. And this is what I've learned: females overseas won't become Eastern Stars. They don't respect Eastern Stars overseas.
Well, the thing is, this is one of the things that Thornton Jackson is accredited to. introducing with the Eastern Star here in America,
Mm-hmm.
because Paul did it.
Uh-huh.
So I understand it. I got to see. You can't tell me. You can't tell me that you don't respect me based upon an organization that I am in.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna respect me based upon the character I've given to you.
Right.
That's why I said before. See, I didn't get all these degrees while I was in here. I got them on paper while I was in here. I was this before I got my entered apprentice edition.
Mm-hmm.
See, I was a good man before I became a better man. And I
Okay.
became a better man by my wisdom, by my knowledge, and by my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
My first, second, and third degrees, my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You
Mm-hmm.
know, my being a baby, my being a teen, my becoming a man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, certain things. See, we put narratives on things. We put narratives on things to give a perception of who we are. But a perception is far easier to accept than the reality.
Mm.
You know, you can't go, oh, he's one of them black Masons. No, you got your people mixed up. I'm a Mason who happens to be black. And let's be
Ah,
very clear.
he said
You
he one of them
actually a
black
Mason who's
Masons.
white. Because being a Mason is black, we started this.
He what?
You didn't just, you, go
Hey,
ahead.
I want you see that, right? Brother Jackson,
Yes, sir.
you see this flag, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay then, let's have a conversation. Go ahead on, brother.
See, you're talking about the red, the black, and the green. Now, you already given us the land. Let me dip off somewhere for a second.
Go ahead.
You already given us a land that you want to call Africa, with red, black, and green, and this, that, and other, this continent, yada yada. But that ain't even the name, because the name Africa comes from a white man.
That's
So we're
true.
not going to play these games like you giving us something to call our own.
Mm.
No, that's not what the name was. I'm not trying to hear all this about no Connect, Ham, all the rest of these different names. Or if you want to give it something, it was Akibalon, or you want to call it Low Asia. Because there's only two races on this planet, European and Asian. There's
Okay.
only two races on this planet. I didn't say nationality. I said races on this planet.
Uh-huh.
European and Asian.
Mm-hmm.
The Europeans come from the ropes that bind, the rolling hills that bind, from Europe, which is dealing with those mountains, the Caucasus Mountains. Everything east of that is Asia. Everything south of that is Southern Asia, and what
Mm-hmm.
they want to call it. But when you start trying to dissect things and put into place and say, well, they come from there. Oh, well, he's from the West Coast. What do you mean he's from the West Coast? No, actually, he's from North America that we call the United States. He just stay over there. We
Uh-huh.
always want to separate what's going on with us, and it pours down into the order. Everything pours down into the order.
It does.
If you want to know what's going on in the problems in your building, just look outside and look at the situation that's going on out in the street.
Mm.
How do you want to profess and start talking about unity up in the lodge, but you don't even have unity in the church? You
Mm.
pass by 52 churches just to get to the one you at.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fact. And like I told one brother the other day when he said, "Well, you know what, you shouldn't be talking about racism and Freemasonry." I said, "Well, it's in the church. If it wasn't in the church, then why do we have this such break off in the church when you look at it compared to denominations?"
Okay, well let's deal with that. Let's deal with those two words of racism and denomination.
Okay.
Remember I said before, you can't be the order.
Uh huh.
Masonry has one set of landmarks. There's only one Christ. No, I'm sorry, there's only one Jesus. Christ
Mm-hmm.
is his title. Many people had the term of Christ.
Uh huh.
There's only one Jesus. There's only one Jesus. There's a whole lot of churches, but one Jesus. There's a whole lot of Muslim sects, but only one Prophet Muhammad ibn Abdullah.
Uh huh.
There's only one Nation of Islam, but it's a whole lot of different sects of Nation of Islam. But it's only one Elijah Muhammad. There's only one Wardeen Muhammad. There's
Mm-hmm.
only one Farrakhan. But there's one minister that speak in the Nation of Islam. There's only one landmark, one set of landmarks. but we have a lot of different parts and factions of masonry.
Right.
So how does that come about? Because we start splitting it up more and more and more, trying to get more and more of things purified. This is how we became modern free,
Uh-huh.
ancient free, international, federation, Prince Hall. But they all come from the old ancient York, PHO, PHA. So when people want to start cutting things out because of their own interpretation, because of their own weaknesses, their own frailties, faults, and failures, they want to start creating their own. So, all right, the people don't want you. So you get mad. You want to take the people who really want to speak. They ain't really with you. They just know they're leaving because they know you're going to promise them something to go and organize somewhere else.
Right.
But see, that's called treason. We don't do that anymore. We don't hold people accountable for what they do and what their actions are.
You can say that
So
again.
now you got another Grand Lodge down the street. You got another Grand Lodge some miles up the road. You don't even have a building. You barely got enough members, but you want to say you're the Grand Master because you want this title on your chest. Because you really want a good man when you came in here. You really don't know what humility is. You don't know what servitude is. So you come up with all of these excuses. And because you can't stand strong, stand upright, independent and fearless, and say what the problem is, I don't care who. I have always been an abstaining vote in elections. I've always done that because I've never cared who's in the East. Just do your job. Represent like you're supposed to. Don't call me talking about what we gonna do. We need to put so and so in there. What do you mean we need to put? The election is sacred. The ballot is sacred. What you calling me for?
Right.
I should know who you want to elect.
Uh-huh.
Anything with a vote is politics. Anything with a vote is politics.
I try to tell him that.
Where I am.
I try to tell him that, man.
Anywhere in this country, I'll always be a Mason. I'll always have the respect of other people around me because of how I present myself to them and with them. But a lot of people don't like doing that. They don't want to do that. They want to just sit around and they want to do the good old boy and they want to try to have their name on the wall because it's all about slander. You don't do a dissertation on that word brother. You can't tell me that you my brother. You got a ragged relationship in your own family, but you're going to be up in this lodge talking about you my brother?
Right.
That can't work like that. That can't work like that. That's being hypocritical.
You know they like that, right?
Well, I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no problem, bro. No problem. It's just the idea that we find ourselves sometimes, and the sisters do too, caught up in situations and circumstances where and like you said, usually during an election, you say that you sustain from voting because the person in the East should know they're there to do a job. They should know that they're there to uphold the Constitution and bylaws. But what I find happening is through all of that, they get up there and they get to what they think they have assumed power. They don't have real power, they have assumed power. So what happens?
Talking about sisters or brothers?
I'm talking about both sisters and brothers. When you become a grand officer or a grand master or whatever title you may get, and it goes to your head, then you assume that you have some type of power or authority.
Here's where the problem comes in at. You said it right. It's about the assumption, but here's where the problem comes in. Because the reading takes precedence over everything. The interpretation and everything else gets skewed. The Grand Master will always be with nobody there. He will always be the Grand Master. So he represents the state in a congressional body that we call a Congress.
Right.
If we don't have a Congress, then the Grand Master is truly the sovereign of his state. No one else he answers to. If you're really the sovereign of your state, then why are you answering to a Congress? Because when you're in a Congress, you all have agreed to what you all will do as a body to govern yourselves in your local state.
Right.
Once you've done that, you're talking about getting a position. Okay,
I am the leader and the representative of an organization out here in society to show my character and my conduct about what it is that I'm doing. But then when I become an officer, I have been put in a position to where the membership wants me to be the representative of that lodge in a particular leadership role.
Uh-huh.
You know how to carry yourself and govern yourself out here in these streets. So we want you to be the junior warden to govern us when we're at recess.
Mm-hmm.
Or you know how to govern brothers and leadership inside of the lodge, so we want you to be the senior warden and govern the lodge. At that time, help the worshipful master govern the lodge.
Right.
Or we want you to represent us as a body in the Grand Lodge. We want you in the representation role because you know how to speak. See, we forget there is a criteria to be a Grand Master,
Right.
and that he must have some type of knowledgeable aspect of things in the world. Somebody got to know him. He must be a staple in the community somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have to be a staple in the community somewhere and have some type of influence out there in the world to where people can come when I call them, then I need to also have that as a worshipful master to be able to have people come when I call them as members.
Okay.
But see, once you get in that seat, you start thinking you got some juice, and you start thinking that you can call some shots. And see, and you don't call shots.
Yeah.
You know, see, I've heard, brother. You know, I'm the senior warden. You know, you supposed to. You know, I'm the senior warden. First of all, you're the senior warden when this lodge is open. When this lodge is open, you somebody.
Yeah.
Because your column is up. Your
Right.
column is up.
Uh-huh.
You somebody. But when this lodge is closed, you nobody.
Absolutely.
It says to keep them from intemperance and excess.
Uh-huh.
Intemperance meaning doing too much, getting overheated in life, so to speak.
Uh-huh.
In excess, doing too much. You know, not being out here over drinking, overacting, being out in public misrepresenting what you're doing.
Right.
And so that's where the problem lies. See, you have to be able to discern what the forefathers did. You know, I speak on this all the time about the rituals, the words in the rituals, etc., etc.
Uh-huh.
It says, as the sun rises, right?
Right.
But you ain't never seen the sun rise.
Mm.
So that means somebody has a perception. But those of us who created all of this, we know what the sun does.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't move. But
it
we
sure
move.
doesn't.
Yeah, we move. You see, we talk about 360 degrees of knowledge. So why you think you somebody at 33?
Mm.
So when you're talking about 360 degrees, there are 36 points in the human brain that sit 10 degrees apart. 36 times 10 is what? 360. But you can't fill up the human brain. You can only continue to build with it. You can study forever. There are things you haven't forgotten in 40 years. There are things you don't use and none of that. So you put them back to the back. You have subdued your passion with a lot of things that doesn't happen. There are a lot of things that you don't use in life that they're worthless. So we have problems because we forget where we come from.
Mm-hmm.
We forget the things that we use. We forget the principles. And that's why we have these issues that we have. We start creating seats and creating positions to make people feel better. You're already useless in the position you lost.
Whoa.
So why would we create something else for you so you can be happy?
Wait a minute. Bro, you just said you was already useless in the position.
You're already useless in the position you got that you lost. So why would we create something else for you just so you can have something on your chest? So you can sit on the dais and look important. But nobody asks you anything.
That's it. That's it. I can, man, you brought that home tonight. I'll tell you that's a fact. Because so many times what happens is we do elect and we do have people in positions who are not worthy and well qualified to be in the spot. But because they have been there for so long, we feel that it's okay to give them that opportunity. And it's not okay, especially when you know that they're not qualified for the position. Too many times we allow ourselves in our organization to elect and have people in office. I don't care if it's the most puissant sovereign grand commander. I don't care if it's the president general. I don't care if it's the Grand Master and those Grand Lodge officers and the sisters. I don't care if it's your associate matron, grand matron, worthy matron, and those elected officers in the chapter. We put people in position because they've been there. Oh, and she's sure been here for a long time. So what? Do she deserve and can she carry that seat?
Well, one thing that happens, because I spoke on this somewhere else, when you have a lot of elders, one of the things that goes wrong is that you don't breed new leaders because you trying to die in the seat. You trying to you know that there's a little bit of
I've seen them do it.
Yeah, there's a little bit of gratuity to get you sent to Congress or to get your hotel room or whatever the case is. So you want those types of positions, or you want to sit up and you want to bypass everything. You making all the decisions, and you ain't paying no dues. You ain't putting no money up nowhere.
None.
But you making all the decisions.
None.
I always ask, how would you fare in this organization if you didn't get a dime for anything? None of it. You did it strictly from your heart, where you were first prepared, but you won't do that. Now you're doing it from your hand and your pocket. That's why you want to do things. If you want to do something from your heart, then you tell people, listen, I'm not going to sit here for such and such amount of time. As a senior warden, as associate matron, you have to have a balance. If you got a bona fide sniper in the East, you need to have someone who's peaceful and that can think in your West.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't have two fools in the East and the West.
It ain't going to happen. You ain't going to be around long when you got that.
You have to know your people. See, I've seen people in witness protection when they were not in leadership. And then as soon as they get in leadership, they got a whole lot to say. Because what that really means is that you were scared to share your ideas. We call that a hoarder of knowledge. You were scared to share your ideas. So you think that something's going to happen. And see, to all of the elders, I always said, I apologize for the youth that have come after you and have just casted you off to the side with nothing, not even an old funky pen. They ain't gave you nothing to say nothing about your history and what you've done here. But at the same time, you've been here 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and you can't point out or find 10 people still here that you brought in.
Yep. You can't find them. So did they really do a good investigation? Did they really go to that person's home, their sisters? Did they really do their check work? No. Did they really look into who they was bringing into the organization? Because if you look around and can't see nobody that you brought in, something is wrong.
You see, one of the problems, and it's I always started when I say one of the problems. See, many times, what goes wrong is that we don't do the wait with patience, or the seek, and ye shall find when they're candidates.
Okay.
We do the wait with patience when they get in, and we tell people to wait with patience. See, you want to have somebody. Now, I don't have a problem with it because, see, I was raised in 90 days, and I've been in this for a little while. I started in 04, so I've been in this for a little while, but I have a certain type of fortitude about me. See, I don't do that 10-year stuff. I've been here 25 years. That don't mean nothing to me. You've been in here 25 years and you've been useless. You've been useless.
25 years have been useless.
You've been in here 25 years and you're useless. I've had brothers tell me how long they've been in here and never been in the East. You just sitting here. You just sitting here. And then when you get in the East, you in witness protection. You horrible. Don't tell me about you're a new worshipful master. How you been in here 25 years and you new in the East? No, you're just new in that type of leadership role. But if you're already a leader, being in the East is simplistic for you.
Absolutely. You're going to
But when
fall
you
right
have-
into place.
But when you have people behind you who believe in what you're saying because of the study habits you have, because of the fortitude, the prudence, the zealousness that you have. See, in being a worshipful master, you have to have unrelenting zeal and zest in the ancient principles of masonry.
Correct. Yes.
That's why I told people get the old hardback worshipful master's assistant.
Uh-huh.
Because it says a worshipful master has to be zealous
Uh-huh.
in the ancient landmarks, customs, and usages of ancient craft masonry. It's just the Blue Lodge. But you know, everywhere you go, you want to announce who somebody is in another house. See, because you're doing nickel and dime masonry, you really don't know what high-end masonry is. And what that is this. In your Grand Lodge, the only legal and authorized people to be up in that building is the Royal Ark down.
Okay, I can agree.
Knights Templar, Cryptic have always had their own buildings. Amaranth down are the only people who have authenticity of having legal right to be in a Blue Lodge, in a Grand Lodge.
Yes.
Because everything else is an appendant auxiliary androgynous degree.
Correct.
And so when you have other people in there, now you're looking up, you got one person, he the head in every other house. He a leader in every house.
Right.
So he got say-so on what's going on. No one ever pays attention to their petitions. It says in the Blue Lodge, does he meet suitable proficiency? Does he have suitable proficiency in the preceding degree?
Yes.
Yes. But in the other petitions of the other houses, it asks, is he a member? That means when you say you're a member, that means somebody has been vouched for. But when you don't have, when you got somebody speaking because they want you here, you know, what I want in here, you want to bring all of these people here because you want the vote.
So now you know how they do it.
Yeah, see, that means that you're suspect in your knowledge. That's why I say it. See, I was trained a certain way. If you speak from what's written, you can stand up and talk as loud as you want to in any room by yourself. You don't have to look anywhere. That's why it says on my cover photo, I stand alone. I'm confident in what I say.
Right.
Because I can stand alone. I can stand alone in what I say. Because I'm confident in what I'm doing.
Right.
You know, let me give you the exact words of what my page said. On my profile.
Go ahead.
It said, I have the confidence. I have the courage to stand alone. You don't have to agree with me. And that's what a lot of people do. They worry about somebody agreeing with them before they say something.
Right.
So you're not really sure. When you're not sure in what's going on, you may give a false sense of false sense of understanding.
Right.
You see, so because you're a little moist in your manliness, you get upset by how people talk to you.
Wait a minute, brother. Did you say you get a little moist in your manly?
I mean, you get a little moist in your manliness, but yet you stood up there and you say you got a pair. How you got a pair and you upset on what I said to you?
Oh my God. Hey, let me tell you something. As much as I can laugh at that, I've seen that. I've actually seen that happen, where the general grant, where the president general, he want to flex himself in one way, but when he come in front of them sisters, he bow down. I've seen it.
many times, another thing that happens is men have a hidden pain that we don't have that type of trust and bond. See, you have to really understand what the emotional aspect of the 5 points of fellowship are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about foot to foot, knee to knee, breast to breast, hand to back, mouth to ear. Do you know how close you are up on me?
Hey.
That ain't no roll of quarters in your pocket. You all up on me.
Man, you got.
But see, we don't do that. We miss that.
Woo!
Men don't grip like you don't grip no man out in these streets like you grip a man on the 5 points of fellowship.
You sure don't.
So
That's
when you
true.
That's true. You telling me something.
Yeah.
But when you betray me, that's painful, man. To labor up in this lodge all of these years and you do all of this stuff with people and you gonna cross me out about a seat.
Yep. You know that's coming, right? You know it's coming.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second because I see a comment in here. Brother Finley said, if some say you are not a Mason to the 4th degree, then why are you a Master Mason in the 3rd? Actually, bro, now I see what you wrote. I see what you replied, Brother Lewis, and I'm glad y'all said that. Let me give you something. Number one, you're not a Master Mason until you get your 7th degree and become a Royal Arch Mason.
Break that down.
This is why I say that. Because it says you have been raised to the sublime degree of a Master Mason.
Right.
That's different. See, when you become the 4th degree, 5th degree, 6th degree, those are still degrees where you're called a brother, but it's also a more polished degree of a Master Mason. What does it say on the 4th degree? Then what kind of Mason are you in the 5th degree? Then what kind of Mason are you in the 6th degree? And by the time you become a 7th degree, you are a Royal Arch Mason. See, you really don't grasp all of the Blue Lodge until you've been a Royal Arch Mason.
Absolutely.
Until you've been a Royal Arch Mason. So let's deal with mathematics. 7 is what letter in the alphabet?
Go ahead, bro.
That's God. That's geometry. That means you've mastered all angles. You master all angles. G, the geometry, etc., etc. G is also the number of completion. 7 is the number that you cannot divide.
Right.
See, they laughed at Erykah Badu, but she told you, I was born with $3.06. That's 360 pennies.
Dang.
So you talking about, like I told brothers before, look up the charge of the 4th degree. Then it also talks about when you're dealing with that, the penalty in dealing with that red house. When you giving that keystone and he's sticking his, and you get all this other stuff and something happens to you because he's an imposter.
He is an imposter.
He's an imposter. He don't have a mark. He
don't have
it. He can't prove who he is.
Don't have the mark.
Some of you out here as men and can't prove you're a man.
Woo!
You're just a male because you don't have the mark.
Woo!
Your walk is not such.
Oh, you know you just cut somebody deep. You just cut somebody deep, bro. You just cut him deep. You just cut somebody deep. God dang.
You sitting up here. I mean, come on now. How you gonna sit up in my lodge and you on child support?
What?
How you gonna sit up in the lodge and you on child support? How you gonna sit up in the lodge and you got I'm talking about since you've been a brother, you got babies by more than one woman.
Woo! Yeah. Yeah.
And you come on now. I mean, whoever it hurts.
Hey.
You need to get your affairs in order.
And not
I
only
don't hear nothing about it ain't working out. See, it ain't about it ain't working out. I'm talking about when you sitting up here and you create life that didn't ask to be here. That means you having reckless, unprotected sex. Because you didn't investigate her like you don't investigate a woman like you investigate Jordans.
Woo! You know they investigate them Jordans. They can tell you if those Jordans are fake or not.
You don't investigate a woman like you investigate LeBron's stats.
Mm.
You don't investigate. You know every aspect about another man's business more than you know your own woman's business, and you trust her with your life at night.
That's it. You know you do when you fall asleep right next to her. Come on now. Make that plain.
You see, so I know it hurts. I know it cuts, but see, I'm not going, see, one of the things that you can do to a man, like us as men, do you know how painful it is to be us right now and know you got family across town?
Mm.
You want to know, well, what the hell was wrong with me? Why didn't you stay in my life? How could you go somewhere else and start over?
Right?
Well, it just didn't work out. Well, what the hell? Why? Where was God at?
Mm. And it tells you, hold on, before you go, when you say where was God at, because it tells you in all you do, put God first.
It says that in all you, it says in every, I said it last time, in every hall of learning in the East, it says, know thyself and God.
Uh-huh.
It says, know thyself first. Well, I said before, in order for a woman to know what a man is, she has to first know what God is,
Mm.
and then look at the character of God.
Right?
How can somebody come into your home with a gun
Mm.
and rob you, and you don't have a description? Because he was well hidden. He was well disguised. So how many people coming into the lodge robbing you
Mm.
of leadership?
Well
Because they are
disguised.
well disguised.
Damn sure well disguised. And they well hidden.
Yeah, they're well hidden. See,
Bro,
but because you don't do any strict trial and do examination, you keep letting idiots in there.
mm. And that's across the board. Now, if that's across the board, that goes, I don't care what jurisdiction you in, that's across the board.
Yep.
So people can talk about this, but that's across the board because there's some idiots in all jurisdictions.
Yep.
And people need to understand that, because just like that situation that happened with me today, I'm like, I really wanted to go in, but like you told me, you have to understand who you are. You
One
have
thing
to.
my past master told me, he said, Chris, you always have to know your people. That's why I got the phrase from, you never put an idiot as a secretary, and you never put a broke man as a treasurer.
Oh my God! You never put an idiot as a secretary. Never put a broke. You know what? Oh, bruh. Yes, that is so correct. That's hot. Shit.
How you got somebody as a secretary can't read it?
That's it. And how do you have a broke man over your money?
He
Boom.
had to vote. He had to vote all week.
Mm. Mm.
He had to vote all week.
Oh, you say you had to vote all week with your
He
money.
had to vote all week.
He gonna win it back. He gonna win it back.
You know, what kills a lodge is when the finances get played with.
Absolutely.
So what you need to do is, you spend more money on these social shirts and all the rest of that stuff, but you won't spend money on getting your lodge members bonded, your secretary and your treasurer bonded, because they're handling finance.
Mm-hmm.
They're handling finance. Why won't you get them bonded? If
Right.
you get them bonded, you don't have to worry about it. If money come up missing, you got something for them.
Yep. You got something for him.
See, so we can deal. Like I said, I'm available. We can talk. If somebody had something to say, they want, just simply ask a question. I can just give it to you from my perspective of what I see, and give you an answer on how to deal with it. Because I'm not, as most of y'all see or whatever, I'm not going to play with you.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to play with you. If you want to get down to something, because I know one of the things that I remember hearing is that you got a lot of people that want to try to die in the seat. Okay, well, one of the problems that happens again with having elder members is that there's a lot of lying going on. There's a lot of lying going on when before election comes up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a lot of lying and a lot of promises being made when election comes up. So, you know, if you put me in here, you know, I'll back you and put you here.
Uh-huh.
You know, and so then when you get in there, okay, so now I got worthless already in here,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're gonna put worthless back up in here. That
Okay.
shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen, man.
Mm. Well, bruh, too many times. Too many times we've all seen that happen where you put worthless back up in there. And the thing is when you stand up, now remember, as a leader, when you stand up for that which is right, you will get crucified. Even by
Right.
those who are just sitting out in the audience, you will get crucified. Let me say that once again. When you are a leader, I don't care if you're a wishful master, worthy matron, social conductress or conductress, a junior warden, a senior warden. When you stand up for that which is right in your lodge or chapter, you will get crucified.
Mm-hmm.
It's lonely being a leader. It's lonely being in those chairs when you want to do what's right for the chapter, for the lodge, and so many people you see just want to tear you down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I personally experienced that. But you know, the good thing about it is that when you step out that chair, you want to make damn sure the person behind you is just as good as you
Mm-hmm.
are. You want to make sure he's just as well versed. She's just as well versed. As a matter of fact, the person coming behind you should be better than you,
Correct.
bar none. The standards don't just stop when the Grand Master or worthy matron, when they step out of office. Those standards should rise even higher.
Mm-hmm.
But you and I know that that's not necessarily what takes place. And it hurts the
Mm-hmm.
organization. I don't care
Mm-hmm.
what jurisdiction you're in, it hurts. You know, like a brother told me, just because a person is a manager at his job doesn't mean he can manage the lodge. And
Right.
vice versa. And the same thing goes for a sister. Just because she may be a supervisor at her job don't mean she can supervise those sisters.
Yep.
Because I've seen sisters get up and say hell with it and walk on out and leave you by yourself. So you can't do that at the job. But you can do that in your chapter.
That's because they continue to be on the mindset that this is free and I can come, you know, this is voluntary. And people have that truth to a certain degree.
Mm-hmm.
This is voluntary. Yes, it is free. But what you're missing is that it's free and voluntary while you're in it.
That's
And,
right.
I mean, to come in it. But
Mm-hmm.
while you're in it, there are rules and regulations that you will comply with, or you got to go.
You got to go. You got
You
to
know,
go.
I don't care nothing about the money you put in. You pay money in this society in order for you to get the rights, lights, and benefits that many of brother and sister have gotten before us.
Right?
Okay, a brother got a question. Let me see. Uh, yeah, Brandon got to check in. You know, wife said he got to go. I know Brandon said he got to go. He got to go eat with the missus. We already know. I know how that happens. She said get on up in here. Um,
Brandon, little man, I gotta go with the Miss Zeta.
Kimfolk said, brothers that go up to Scottish, how they get the true word if they don't have to go through the Royal Ark? Well, you got to remember, bro, Scottish Rite is the esoteric of the York Rite. The
Uh-huh.
Scottish Rite, the Royal Ark is in the Royal Ark is in Scottish Rite.
It sure is.
It's just in a higher. It's in I think 12th or 13th degree.
13th degree.
Yeah,
It's right below the LOP.
yeah. So it's all about you know the word. It's like prime example. When did
Greetings, Brother Washington.
when did people ask me when did King Solomon, not King Solomon, when did Hiram of If die? And people will say, well, he died here, he died in the third. No, he didn't die in the third degree.
Well, that's because they don't read, bro. You need to probably break that down to them.
You've never been a cryptic Mason, then you really don't grasp and fully understand the royal art.
Well, and you wait a minute, Brother Jackson. Some jurisdictions don't practice the cryptic degree.
That's right. And so now, let's get to that fact. If you don't practice the cryptic degree, how are you calling yourself a York Rite Mason?
Well,
Hello.
well, you know what? You and I both know. For a long time, on the ancient, free, and accepted side of Freemasonry, brothers did do it. It's not saying that we couldn't have, but it was never really developed to do it. And now some jurisdictions do have it, and some still don't, because the leadership don't understand that. And when you try to bring that to their attention, they're looking at you like boo boo the fool. Like, what are you talking about? That's another thing, because a lot of our leaders don't travel. They don't go to other places. They don't see. And what happens? They stuck in their own time warp, in their own time zone, because you don't go, you don't see. You don't come to California, you don't go to Chicago, you don't go to Miami, you don't leave the United States, and this is all you ever have, is that corner that you stay in. So they don't get the opportunity to even know what you're talking about. I was talking to one brother in my own jurisdiction, and he was a leader in the offending bodies. And we was talking about recognition and what it is to be recognized and how the process go. And he was talking about what does it do for us. I'm like, bro, you're totally lost. If you're a Mason, you should have places that you can go and visit. Not just because, but you should have that that relationship with other jurisdictions besides your own. Reminds me, you gave me a call a couple of years ago. You said, Brother Hawkins, I came across this brother who said something about being in California. You remember that conversation?
Correct.
And you said, well, I'm calling to verify. Is this, this, and this? And I said, no, that guy who he's talking about is dead and gone. But he still wanted to claim the fact that he was a Mason, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, he said he was from that jurisdiction. See, what he did was, he met me coming out of a store.
Uh-huh.
Oh, brother, it's a real pretty ring you got there, blah, blah, blah. All right, appreciate it. So he kept talking. And, yeah, I'm brother so-and-so and so-and-so, and I'm yada, yada, yada. I said, oh, okay. Where you from, bro? He told me where he's from. I said, oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I heard some people out there. I never say, yeah, I know people out there, because I want to hear what you're going to keep saying.
Uh-huh.
Because, again, I don't know who you are. You got a lot of brothers out there walking around, sisters walking around with light on all over the place, and they ain't been active since King died. So,
right.
I said, okay, so once he said it, that's when I called you. Because I'm like, no, I know who over there.
Right.
And that ain't it.
Sure wasn't it. It sure wasn't it.
I had a brother do me like that at the, remember when I told you that we have the house cookout up here, house picnic?
Right.
And he walking around, I was walking around with Sister Carr, her husband, a couple other brothers and sisters, and so this brother was greeting everybody. He didn't see me at that time. I was in the back of the line. He was hugging everybody, greeting them, yeah, so and so. From John D. Means Lodge number 2. So that was my lodge.
Whoa.
So I get up there to see him. He didn't recognize me because I had cut my locks off. He lit all the way up. He said, yeah, I'm so from John D. Means Lodge number 2. And I was like, really? I said, how could you be that when that lodge was closed down and turned back to Mount Calvary, number 1? So he looked at me. Oh, bro, yeah, let me holler at you. No, we're not going to do all that. Don't pull me to the side to talk to me. You know, you out of pocket. You out here representing an order and a lodge that does not recognize you. You know, and people do that, man.
Yeah, they do.
We actually call it false flagging in the streets.
Repeat that again. You call that what?
We call it false flagging.
False flagging.
Now, since you're out there in California, I'll put it to you in a language you understand, like, gee, you out there wearing all that blue. You out there wearing all that blue.
Yeah.
and somebody hits you with some crip lingo,
Uh-huh.
and you don't know what they say,
Yep.
or you out there uh, looking like a crip or blood,
Mm.
and somebody approach you, and you've been on the exile list.
There you go. There you go.
You know, some people still do things looking for help.
Uh-huh. They sure do. And that's the thing. Because
Yeah, Terry. Yeah, Terrell. That's what they say, false flagging.
because I come across, let me tell you, and you're so right, because you know when I go to different places, and I've said this before, you know, when a brother know that you're a Mason, he'll come up, yeah, man, what's going on, blah blah blah. Can I get $5, or can I get some gas, or can you buy me this, or whatever? But ain't been to a lodge meeting, ain't been active, ain't said nothing, ain't done nothing. But they
Well,
want the favor.
you know something? My past grandmaster, Anthony Young, used to tell me, he said, we forget what we said when we talk about that good man or better man.
Mm-hmm.
You said you were a good man when you got the petition. How are
Okay.
you out here in these streets calling me or looking for me to give you $5? Have you exhausted all of your remedies before you come to the lodge? See, we
Right.
forget that. You 2 months behind in your rent. Now you
Mm.
want to come to the lodge,
They sure do it.
playing on our emotions. Well, wait a minute. I thought you were a good man. You ain't got nobody in your family
Mm.
that you could have got this money from?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We don't
Yeah.
do that.
And that's the thing we should consider too. Now, you said nobody in your family. Now, there's some family members I wouldn't ask for great. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's just some family members I ain't asking you for great, because you're trifling.
Well, no. What I mean by that is, before you come to the lodge
Right?
looking for some relief and assistance,
Mm-hmm.
start at home first. Because if you are a good man, then you were a good man when you came in here. Your family vouched for you. They said your character was exemplary.
Right?
But now you're having financial discord, and everybody in witness protection. They don't even answer your phone call.
Mm. Mm.
So somebody was lying. Either you when you got the petition, or the family when they was vouching for you.
Yeah.
Either way, we got a situation on our hands.
You definitely got a situation. You definitely got a situation. So tell me this here. What do you think about what we hear today as far as the Illuminati and Freemason?
Well, most people don't know where the Illuminati started at.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
per- I personally have the actual book that has every ritual that was ever associated with the Illuminati in it.
Mm.
Um, it's actually, where is it? Oh, it's in my car. Uh, and the Illuminati was started by Adam Weishaupt.
Mm-hmm.
It was back in the day. He was a brother. He was a Mason, but he was innovating, and he was doing things that were contrary to the order.
Mm-hmm.
And he was given a Masonic death. When you get a Masonic death, that means you're done. So the word Illuminati means the enlightened ones.
Mm-hmm.
The root word is illuminate, to brighten. You know,
Uh-huh.
we call it in other areas show and prove. You know,
Right.
uh, bring forth that. Speak on that, explain that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just other sophisticated, long, drawn out, magniloquent words that sound better.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, it's Illuminati, but anything that's of a secret that people don't uh, have the discernment or the understanding of, we'll call it Illuminati.
Uh-huh.
I stand here and I hold my hands a certain way. Oh, he's Illuminati. You know, or
Yeah, that's that Jay-Z thing. You know, you get
yeah,
that going.
And I've seen all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, are you serious, dude?
Mm-hmm.
You know, none of that is on point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you just don't understand. You know, you ain't high enough. Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been told
Well,
that too. I've been told
yeah.
I don't know enough. I ain't high enough, so I don't understand the secrets that's being held from me.
The Illuminati existed, Brother Finley, for 10 years back in the 1800s, and now they've been defunct. They don't have any places, you know, where so and so he part of Illuminati. So a lot of those things were periodicals that were floating around in the penitentiaries as conversation piece. People have always wanted to associate something that they couldn't get in and make it a cult, or you
Mm-hmm.
know. So
That and that's what they've done. I mean, even including now, they try to make Freemasonry that type of an occult.
I see all kind of stuff online now, all on my feed.
Mm.
So and so exposes masonry. Well, let me be very clear about something. Masonry has never been a secret.
Never.
It's a society with secrets.
Mm. Go ahead.
Uh, Skulls and Bones. Skulls and Bones is what George Bush was in.
Right.
Um, you have to be a third degree Mason to be a part of a lot of different societies.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm responding to the feed. Um, yeah, Skull and Bones. The Knights of Columbus
Mm-hmm.
is anti-Masonic. Most people don't know that.
Yes, they are because it was under the Pope that he said
Yeah,
no, 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 you can't be.
yeah, yeah.
That is true. And out of that came the Knights of Columbus
Mm-hmm.
because the Knights of Hospitalitors, who was the ones who actually captured Jacques Demolay and burned him at the stake. Now, if I'm wrong, correct me.
You on point?
And then when they summons all of the other Knights Templars, they didn't catch them all, but they got quite a few of them. And then that day became
Mm-hmm.
that Friday the 13th day that we so dreadfully like to
Mm-hmm.
say is bad luck day. Well, I don't consider Friday the 13th to be a bad luck day for Hawkins,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But for those who don't know, that's where that saying comes from. And it was through the Catholic Church that they got a hold of them Knights Templars because they figured the Knights Templars were becoming too powerful for what they was doing. And no
Right.
and plus they had a lot of wealth too now.
Yeah. Yes,
So
I consider the bankers. Yeah, I consider the bankers to be a secret society
yeah.
because the five world banks, you know, dealing with the Rothschilds, et cetera, et cetera. You want another book to understand about that? Get the secret relationship between blacks and Jews, volume 1 and 2,
Yes.
where the Jews are telling on out of their own mouths, published by the Nation of Islam.
Right? You know they
The
don't like that
Boule,
book, right?
the Boule is the oldest black fraternal organization out there, and it only admits its members that have financial capital of $1 million or more.
Uh-huh. And you
That's what.
and everybody that has that type of money ain't necessarily part of the boule if you're black. Now let's have an
Correct.
understanding.
Correct.
Because they like to put it. I don't know why people think that all black people think alike and are alike.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's something that we're gonna have to definitely come out of. But that's how they see us.
Well,
So
like I said, many people put a narrative on us that they want us to be. You know, it's like when you walk into a building
mm-hmm.
and you're dressed. You walk into a residential building, you've moved in, and it's real high end, and everybody who's not the owner or the security are asking you, uh, "Do you live here? You
Yeah.
know, can I see your room key?"
I
You
saw
know,
that mess, man. I seen
yeah,
that.
yeah. No, the Pope is not part of Masonry. No, he isn't.
He might be part of something else, but it ain't the Masons.
Mm-hmm. Um, Prince Charles, all of them. There's a movie that I want y'all to look at. about the life of Queen Elizabeth before born. This is when she became, when she is when it when I was she was a baby. Queen Elizabeth's father couldn't have a son. Every woman he got with, every time he tried to make a baby, it always kept making a girl. That's how Queen Elizabeth got in power, because she was the heir, and she never became the king, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at the regalia of them, they are chains,
They do.
Masonic collars. You know, people miss the Knights Templar in crest on the popes. The brother that just married the sister from Stu.
Uh-huh.
You know, he had on the Knights Templar. He had a whatchamacallit, a Knights Templar cross on his robe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, on his baldric. You know, on his sash. But people, they don't. We look further in things than what's really there. You know, if I can control your thoughts, I can control the narrative.
You damn right. Now that's a fact. That's why I don't watch much TV anymore.
Well, it's a tell lie, not a television, tell lie vision.
Boy, you got some words. I'm telling you, you said tell live bitch. Oh my goodness. So look, we've been on here for about an hour and 11 minutes, man. And I appreciate you coming on tonight. Ah, man, I got so much out of this. I appreciate it. And this won't be the last time. I appreciate it. We're going to definitely make this happen again. And for those of you who missed this show today, you can catch it because I'm getting ready to upload it in just a few minutes as soon as we go off tonight. But if any of you tonight want to do a conference call, hit the yes button. If you want to do a conference call tonight, hit the yes button, and I can give the number out for the conference call tonight, and we can get on that. But if not, I'm just gonna shut it down. We're gonna keep it moving.
Appreciate you too, Kim Folk. Brother Wise, young advice for a young Master Mason. Stay, stay as stay as diligent while you're in it as you were to get in it. See a lot of things that you didn't think were right. Have zero fear to speak up as long as you're speaking the truth, not from the bylaws, but from the landmarks.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, I'm sorry, bro, Washington. Babe, what was the name of that movie?
The other Boleyn girl.
The other who?
The other Boleyn girl.
The other Boleyn girl. Spell it, Bolin?
Boleyn.
Yeah, the other Boleyn girl.
Okay.
The other, I'm gonna type it in. The other. I believe that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Look at that movie there. Man, listen, I saw half of it. I still want to see the other part of it. I'm probably gonna Netflix it or something. But that movie there, it talks about where you got England at right now.
Hey, Brother Jackson. One
Yes,
of the
sir.
brothers asked a couple of questions. One was asked, was the Knights Templar part of the Pope's army? And the answer to that is no, as far as I know of. They were not part of his army.
No, he said the Knights Templar wasn't part. Oh, somebody did say that. Okay, I did see that. No,
Okay.
he wasn't. No, he didn't. No, they weren't a part of that. No, they weren't at all.
And then another one asked if Prince Harry is a part of the UGL.
He if he's a part of if he's in the Grand Lodge of England, he's a part of that.
Yes.
If he's a part of England, you know, because the Grand Master basically was always a part of that lineage.
Absolutely. And even today, if you go pull it up, they're going to show him as Grand Master.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm not before we go, one of the things that I just told a friend of mine, because I have to go to Texas to lecture for him. He asked me to come and speak to his body.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I always say to people, I'm not concerned with who establishes a Grand Lodge,
Mm-hmm.
their membership, whatever they're doing. I care nothing about that. Sometimes you have to part ways to grow.
Absolutely.
When you do that, all I'm concerned with is, are you being effective to the people around you?
Mm-hmm.
if you're not being effective to the people around you, then you just sitting in the garage calling yourself a mechanic, and ain't no noise in there.
No noise, and the damn car ain't even running.
No, no. You just got your car up on blocks, and you telling everybody else how to fix theirs.
Huh.
You know, I've seen that before. Brothers talking about somebody else's car, and he ain't even driving.
That's right. That's right.
So I thank you all for having me again. And anytime, if you want to, you talking about doing a conference call. What you talking about doing?
I was thinking about doing a conference call tonight, but I want to know how many people want to go on the conference call tonight. I'll give the number out. I just need for them to put in yes and give me a couple of minutes, and I will put the number up. I will say the number, and we can all be on conference call. But I just need to know who wanted it.
Also, have some of the sisters, if the sisters had a situation or a subject or something that they wanted to deal with from the landmarks of the order, not an innovative practice that a Grand Lodge does, then have them send me, bring it up.
Yeah.
Bring it up. Bring it up. Whatever. I have nothing, and I'm on Facebook. You can text me, you can inbox me. It doesn't matter.
Right.
But I'll answer any question to the best that I can.
Correct. All right, Dan. So I think that's going to be it. And I appreciate you, Brother Jackson, for coming on. And
Yes,
all you do, brother, you really brought some good words and educated a lot of brothers, including myself on some things. I'm not one to say that I know everything. I'm willing to listen to anybody that's going to bring me something and tell me where I can go get it. So with that being said, as I always say, stay out them bushes and keep your eye on. As a matter of fact, some people need to stay in their damn lane. I'm just going to leave that where it's at.
Hold it in the road.
Stay in your lane. Brother Jackson, before I go, this is one of the things I definitely wanted to say, bro. When people take your picture from your Facebook page and put it in a group and talk about it, how did you say there was moist between what you how did you say that?
What I said, it was moist?
Yeah, you said it was moist. Bruh. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave it alone, man.
You know what? Remember I told you, I said there are two different ways. If you can't see a return from something, don't deposit into it. You looking at that from a negative aspect. Look at that as the highest form of flattery. Because I understand this. The less you talk about somebody, the more they decrease, even in your spirit. And that's how I deal with folks. If I don't bring you up, I'm not gonna let somebody else live in my head and don't pay the rent I command.
Damn. There you go. There you go right there. There you go right there. So now I'm really gonna log off. Gonna log off. I hope everybody had a good one. And as I say always, stay out them bushes and keep your light on. And if you want to know what that means, it'll hit you. It'll hit you sooner or later.
Send them a pic. Send them other picture of the two.
Oh, okay.
The two of these. No.
Oh boy, you crazy. All right, family. Everybody be out now. All right, good night.